As far as pros and cons of being an editor, going into directing, I think one thing that when you're an editor, it's very easy to judge what you're getting back from directors and producers in the field, and to say, oh my God, why did they do it like that? Like, you know, I wouldn't have done it like that. And when you actually go out, and you guys know this because you're shooting your own stuff, when you go out into the field and you're responsible, and you know, oh, it's that you couldn't get permission to be in that room for that time, or you know, oh, the cameraman lost the tape, or who knows, you know, whatever. It's really easy to judge when you're sitting in a nice little room. Everybody, I think, is always better if they've done every job in the process, from being a production assistant to, you know, doing sound, doing camera, you know,
it helps you know what's possible, what's not possible.
Yeah.
You know, empathize with the people doing the job, trusting them because you know if they got it or if they don't have it. A number of things. It's good to be well-rounded, and it all feeds your vision. So you want to know.
The other thing I learned from being an editor for other directors is that some directors are not nice. And it's very difficult to work for people that are not pleasant. And so it made me more conscious about what other people are going through on set, maybe to a fault sometimes, but you know, if you've dealt with difficult people, you realize that you just shouldn't be that way, and be kind. And the more that you've done every job and tried everything, and you're gonna be more, like, never be a jerk, even if you're stressed. It's so hard sometimes to not let your frustrations show through, but
yeah.
You know.
And from a professional standpoint, I think just because we've known each other for a lot of years, so both of us have done different jobs, you know, and have, which is that sometimes you work for really talented people that you can learn a lot from, and sometimes you work from really professional people that you can work a lot, you learn a lot from. And sometimes you work for people who aren't as talented. Sometimes you work for people who aren't as nice, and you want to be able to professionally prepare yourself. Like, you might have a better decision, a better idea, or than they do, and you find yourself implementing something that you know maybe isn't as great as what it could be. That's very hard. But as professionals, you have to also know your place, and that's just hard, you know. But you learn from that.
One thing that I wish I had done more is find mentors that inspired me, and tried to work with those people, because I thought, I'm just going to edit everything I can edit, and I'm going to, you know, go out on my own. And, you know, I wish that I had found the people that inspired me and tried to go work with them, because later in life I started doing that and was like, oh my God, you know, you get to learn from them, and they're doing, the other side benefit of that is they start to trust you because you're working hard for them, and then somehow you end up working on shows for those people, and more than, you know, likely you're like doing stuff that you actually love because that was the director that you worked for.
And stuff that you have pride in.
So it's like this crazy cycle.
It's just the work's better.
Yeah. So you identify whose stuff you really dig, and then you go for them. You know, that I wish I had done that more. Yeah.